Hello, everybody. Cedric and Zedra here, CR Wrestling Commentary, and we will be going over the entire event of All Elite Wrestling's WrestleDream.
The whole thing.
And yeah, the whole thing. Look, for those that are like, oh, we know how. Nope. I cannot crap over this whole show.
No.
Can't do it. Even if I wanted to, I'd be lying if I did. However, I will say this, which will turn people off. It's not something Antonio Inoki would really praise.
Pieces he might praise.
Yes.
But not in total.
Not in total, but pieces. And even though we don't agree with certain match outcomes because we know these wrestlers from how they've been presented in various promotions, we know who should and should not have won matches when you go on that type of caliber and comparison. But we respect that they did what they did. You know, so this is a lot. So let's get started, all right? The worst part of the whole event was the opening, and after that it was fine. And then parts of it was really damn good.
And what do you mean the opening? You mean 0 hour?
The opening of 0 hour. Tony Khan opens up with a tribute to Inoki. Mm-hmm. Okay. Khan makes the announcement like a wrestler giving a promo to a crowd that keeps going to sleep. I'm here and we're going to do WrestleDream. Thank you for showing up at WrestleDream. But it's like, look, stop yelling at the end like you just made the greatest thing ever. You didn't. Shut up. That's where I was. Okay. But he was doing his thing. He looked like a deer in headlights. He's trying to get the crowd pumped up, and the crowd seems to be like, we're not going to crap on Inoki. We don't necessarily know Antonio Inoki.
No.
But he's dead. We do not disrespect the dead.
Yeah.
So we will not boo you. We'll just be quiet and not hold you up.
There you go.
That's what it was. I kid you not. They present flowers to the grandsons of Inoki. The fans are just not into this at all. I'm slightly annoyed by it because they paid tickets to be there. You paid tickets to go somewhere and be unimpressed. Seriously?
They're probably like, man, we don't care about this Inoki stuff. We want to see the Bucks.
Yep, we'll get to that. And I don't know, maybe they just don't like Tony Khan and want to get past it all. Okay. So I wrote good damn opening video package though. I got goosebumps from it. They did really good on the video package.
I didn't see it.
It was good. It was good. It was a show opening, not necessarily a thing of Inoki, but just opening the whole event, starting with 0 hour. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. But this starts off to see things like this is what don't make. This is Ring of Honor type booking. 8-person tag team match. Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty, which represents Shane Taylor Promotions, teaming up with Mercedes Martinez and Diamante.
Versus.
Okay, and I get it. You want to do the mixed tag? Fine. That's cool. I'm not against it. Let's see how it go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But versus the questionable babyface now, Billy Starks, and the heel, the super heel, the cool heel because she's cheered, Athena. And they're teamed up with the babyfaces of Keith Lee and Satoshi Kojima, Kojimax, Blazes, Diamond Cutter Extraordinaire, the largest arms in the world, the most dangerous lariat after Stan Hansen, the man that commands Bread Club. That's who they're teamed up with. Have I gushed over Kojima enough?
I think so.
Okay. Billy's wearing black. Maybe Athena has gained some ground in training her.
Yeah.
Billy, during the match, she hit 2 really, really good spin kicks. The crowd popped for him. I was popping for him. Cedric popped for him.
We all popped.
Yep. She got one on Diamante and the other on Mercedes. Okay, well, Mercedes. The match ends with Athena hitting the O-face on Moriarty, who then took Keith Lee's power slam and then was finished by Kojima hitting the Western Lariat and getting the pin.
He took all that. And Athena, she didn't care about a mixed tag. She was ready to fight everybody.
Yep, she didn't care. The fans were very happy with the match. You can hear they won't yay, like they won't scream it at the top of the lungs, but they were very happy. So that was cool.
Athena's entertaining.
Yes, they really want to see Athena and Kojima. That's who they really cared to see. And we all like the Minion. You know, the Minion in training, Billy Starks. We're loving the Minion. So then after that, we get to the match that I'm gonna be honest with you. I really do think this could have main evented the whole pay-per-view.
It really could have. This was a bad spot for it, to be honest with you. Because when they said it was going to happen, I was like, I'd be happy just seeing this alone.
Josh Barnett, in-ring veteran, shoot fighter veteran. He's a veteran all across. Ring general versus someone of the same without all the MMA and stuff, but Claudio Castagnoli. This is an Inoki match. This match could have been on Inoki Genome. This match could have been in 1992, 93, 94. This match could have been taking place all under Inoki's watch. This was a beautiful ground grappling, shoot style, professional wrestling combat style match. I can't gush over it enough.
It was so good.
This match got I like that movie Ted. It got my jellies. It got my jellies.
Ted.
Not Ted. No, who was that?
It was Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Movie.
Okay, yeah. Pokemon. It was some animated thing. I liked both. Pokemon was good. I just didn't like the ending. I didn't like all that crap. Pikachu lost his voice. I was mad.
Yeah.
But Claudio, listen. Claudio comes to the ring, but he comes out to the theme of Wild Thing and joined by Goon. Cedra is pissed.
Oh man.
She said it's like okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. What did I say?
She said it's like going to pick up your woman in another bitch's car.
Yeah. He's not even wrestling. But still his music is getting played. Why couldn't he just had to steal somebody's thunder? Why couldn't he sit at home?
Claudio and his music, it would have really got the crowd going. It would have really pumped him up. Claudio's music suits his in-ring boast. When he did his in-ring boast to Wild Thing, it looked out of place.
It did.
I was like, wow, that don't fit. I never thought about it. I see it. I'm like, yeah, but this, I was like, wow, it don't fit. You know, so, but still, I had to note, amazingly great match in every way possible. Claudio wins with a ground Cobra twist pin. You rarely see that. He won with wrestling. They grappled. Catch as catch can. Counter for counter. Reversal for reversal. They did great. And it ain't the only match like this. But these are two big raw bone dudes doing this. They got it. This is what AEW could have a lot on their shows. They could make, honestly, Rampage could be stuff like this.
Yep. They get a whole different demographic watching.
Yep. But you know,
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, don't look at the great stuff.
Tony Khan is stupid. I gotta make a few more comments.
Go ahead.
So Goon is out there cussing the entire time
on this match.
Not just a little bit. Not just the the small words. No. He was just
now. Don't spoil the whole show.
He was just letting it fly.
Cedric got a habit of that. It's like, well, why have the whole show? You gonna just spoil the whole damn thing? Just spoil the whole thing. You know, you want to do that? You want to just spoil it together?
And then he was talking about, yeah, I've trained a lot with Josh Barnett in the garage and had him kick my ass. And it's like, really, you've done all this training and wasted this man's time because you don't use any of it. You'd rather be impaled by light tubes and be stabbed in the brain with sticks.
Yep. Just think about that. He gushed over Barnett.
He did.
He did.
And he uses None of it. None of it.
It's like you can see it. You know, with his ground grapples and whatnot, like when he goes to arm bars and Achilles stretch and stuff like that. And he does that. Goon does that. But I think he's got something wrong in the upper story, and he's, kind of self-medicating with hardcore matches or something. I don't get it, but
maybe he's soothing the pain with the pain.
That's what some people do. If that's what it is,
And can he not do it on TV?
Yeah, but if that's what it is, I feel bad for him.
I'm sure Renee be perfectly willing to whoop his ass on a regular basis to make him feel good inside.
Josh spoke at the end, and he really praised Claudio in a way, like backhanded compliments. It was like, you're great. Inoki would love you. He would really appreciate you. You got a long way to go.
A long way to go, man. I'll be 50 soon.
Yeah, if I'm not mostly there now, screw it.
Never gonna get there.
Barnett lost in his hometown. There was a lot of people at their hometown tonight. Mm-hmm. Well, that night. This is it's October 3rd. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. It'll be Dynamite Day. Josh puts over Claudio as a legit wrestler and says Mr. Inoki would approve of him. It was catching me in my feels a bit. Loved it. I love seeing Josh Barnett perform like this. This was amazing. It makes me annoyed that I didn't try to find his pro wrestling promotion. I saw it on Wiki, but so after that, we get down to Dynamite type match: Nick Wayne versus Luchasaurus. Lucha wins with a rear lariat and pin. Lucha wrestled like he should. And from what I cared to watch, he didn't look stupid. Nick Wayne just got his ass whooped. And then when there was a slight opening, he would just do his leaping stuff and
his kicks.
Yeah.
His many foot jabs.
Yep. So that's how that went. Next was
because that's how you fend off somebody kicking you in the ribs. You foot jab.
Yeah, he hit me, messed up my ribs. Let me get back at him with this foot jab. Next, we get the trios title match: the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus the Mighty Don't Kneel. TMDK.
The board didn't watch.
Huh?
The board didn't watch.
Nope. We skipped mic drop on Bad Dude Tito and pin. That's what that was. Now we get to WrestleDream, which wasn't. I was thinking it was gonna be a nightmare. Take the dream and make a storm. Nah.
Wrestle terrors.
So we start with AEW Tag Team title match. The Righteous versus Better Than You, Baby.
And I'm going to tell you.
Huh?
Ring of Honor Tag Team title match.
Oh, yeah, my bad. AEW Ring of Honor Tag Team title match. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I was like, something's wrong with this. Okay. MJF comes out with all three belts. The tag belts are draped around his neck. He denies. Let's see if I want to get this right. So, he denies that he attacked Jay White. Mm-hmm. He says someone stole his stuff.
Mm-hmm. His mask.
His mask and whatnot. So he's mad. He declares that he was going to body slam Dutch. Then he says he's going to humiliate Vincent by tying his hair in a knot and shoving his head up Dutch's ass. So that's a call back to Hancock. If anyone can remember that movie, I thought it was a really good movie. I'm gonna take your ass, your head, and put it up his ass, and then you're gonna draw the short straw because your head is going up my ass. I was like, but it sounds like he's talking from experience. Yeah. That's the scary part.
He stuffed somebody's head up his own ass before, so I would have backed off.
I'd be like, wait, can we talk about this? So my notes for this was MJF kicks out of all of their finishing moves.
Every single one.
I get he's the AEW champion, and there should be a balance. He needs to look like the AEW champion. I get it.
But he wasn't wrestling for the AEW championship.
And he's wrestling against a team that surpasses his tag team experience.
And he's wrestling against two people.
Two dangerous people. And I wrote, that's fine, but they didn't have to bury their finishing holes.
They have been winning with these moves. They have been devastating with these moves. And it was just Sunday for MJF.
MJF won with the Heat Seeker on Dutch, followed by an illegal pin. The ref saw his feet on the ropes and did nothing. Should have disqualified him.
Mm-hmm.
Still keep the belts, but he would have lost. The ref sucks. Next.
He should not have won that match.
No, he shouldn't. He should. If the Righteous wrestled like they would have wrestled the Kingdom or the Briscoes, or Lethal and Gresham, they would have won inside of 6 minutes.
But they buried a high caliber tag team for this bromance bullshit, which is getting old.
Yep.
It's getting old.
So next we got the New Japan Strong Open Weight and Ring of Honor World Double Title Defense match. Katsuyori Shibata, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, belt not on the line, versus the current double champion, Eddie Kingston. Perfect big man type New Japan Pro Wrestling match. I wrote Inoki would have been proud to see these two in their performance.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been great.
Especially since Shibata's a disciple.
Yes. A great disciple. When I first saw Shibata, I was like, that's little Inoki right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, his stance, his look, the way he wrestled, I was like, that's little Inoki.
He was just surly.
So Kingston, he won with Powerbomb, but they bought it. They bought it.
Great match. It was so good.
Kingston does have a hurt back. You can see it. Shibata did not work the back like he normally would. He did apply his moves that would technically hurt the back and whatnot. Kingston was grimacing at the application and had to settle for his back to rest before he could just go with selling the move. So you see him selling, but it's legit. It's legit for back pain, but not legit for the move. So it's like the pain's kayfabing itself. But this match, it was good, but you can tell Katsuyori gave it up. You can see it.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you're really good, when you are not working up to your high level.
Yes.
You can see it.
You can see it. They both showed each other an insurmountable level of respect and gratitude. I got teary-eyed on that. I just love stuff like that. That just gets me in my feels every time. After that, the fans know what they want. After that, we get the All Elite Wrestling Turner Broadcasting Systems title match. Sounds dumb when you say it that way, huh?
It does.
But that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
TBS title match. Julia Hart, the challenger, going against the incumbent defender Chris Statlander. Statlander, she won with the tombstone and then single leg power slam for the pin. The fans wanted Hart to win.
The fans wanted Hart to win big time.
Julia Hart
did not show up.
No, Julia Hart showed up.
No.
But she didn't, how can I say this? She did her stuff. She got her stuff in. She was there, but it's like Shibata. You can see her give up the ground. Julia ain't been wrestling long enough to have this level of skill where you can see her give up the ground to make sure somebody else can win. Mm-hmm. So that means Julia is a legit prodigy or Chris sucks that bad. It's something not right there.
I'm not gonna call anybody else a prodigy because they done burned that word out. But
Yeah, they pretty much made it lose all meaning. But when I say it, I mean it. Because you can tell Julia Hart has gone into retraining.
yeah, and she's obviously highly trainable and has soaked up what she has learned. And there is nothing cheer-worthy about Statlander. I haven't come across a face that I haven't wanted to cheer this much in a long time.
I wanted Hart to win, but
so
I knew that she wouldn't.
So badly I did.
Julia Hart has the it factor. Her promos are not long; they are very short. She talks briefly. Her entrance is a callback to The Undertaker, but it's her own way. It's the House of Black. It's The Undertaker. You know, there's a little bit of Daphne in there.
Daphne.
I know.
Poor Daphne.
Julia does a lot. And I think, honestly, what they need to do is at the next pay-per-view, Julia needs to win. She really does. The fans wanted her to win. They were booing Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
Statlander, I haven't given up thoroughly on, but I don't have hope.
Nope.
I'm not like I hate you. I don't want to see you anymore. It's more like I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's just until you get it fixed, I don't want you to be out there. That's how I feel. You know, I want Statlander to be better. I want her to get better. I want her to train better. I want her to be very teachable. I don't know what's happened, but it's happened. Next, we get the tag team, the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks versus Orange Cassidy and Hook.
We didn't watch this.
Yep, Bucks defeated Penta with the double knee strike and then win, BTE trigger and pin. So they get a title shot for the AEW tag team belts later on at some point this year or next. And yep. So after that, we get another great match. We get Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page. Note, Swerve is in his hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Swerve looks like a boss coming to the ring.
Yeah, he does.
And Prince Nana was dancing his ass off.
Swerve looked well rested.
Yes. He didn't have the puffy eye thing going. The fans were 100% behind Swerve.
Yes.
I haven't seen this ever like this for a heel. I mean, I'll be honest with you, MJF and Long Island, all that. No, this blows that out the water.
Yeah.
This blows out the water. Swerve in Seattle is woo. The energy they had made it feel like a prized fight.
Yeah, they were all about Swerve.
Swerve and Page battled well, making it look like a struggle.
Yeah.
Nana was caught assisting Swerve with the foot on the ropes to break up the pin. The ref saw him and was trying to eject him. The fans were heavily against that ruling. Mm-hmm. Swerve won with the JML driver hold. Yes. I had to note Cedric took great issue with Page doing the moonsault to the outside without looking.
Hey, look. He climbed up on the turnbuckle and just flipped. Just flipped. Didn't look to see if he was back there, if he was waiting, if he was laying down. Swerve could have drug a small child across the barricade. He could have not been there. Anything could have happened. He didn't look.
I didn't say anything when she was ranting worse than this. She was pissed, and I don't blame her. But the reason I didn't say anything to you was because I've been hearing Cornette and Lass talk about this for a couple of years now. And
I've recalled them saying it, yeah.
And you've seen Adam Page's matches and seen him do it, but you never saw him not look. I don't know why, but you saw it this time. I said nothing.
He did not look. That's like getting a sharp knife and cutting the onion while not looking. You just holding the onion and cutting it, looking off into the space. The hell?
Yep. This match, though, this would have been a match that Inoki would have liked. This is right up there. It's good. He would have liked it. There were a couple of little, but you could easily just forgive that. Don't even worry about those little,
Swerve is so smooth in the ring.
Yes.
He don't wrestle enough.
No, he don't. That's why he said, if I had all those opportunities you did, he said it, I'd be the first black champion. And you can't deny it. You know, but he's not going to get those opportunities. Ricky Starks got close. But it's almost like, dang, Ricky, you might be able to beat CM Punk. Let's fire him so you can't win it.
I'm beginning to think it was an elaborate plan to get rid of CM Punk to get another show.
Oh, man, you think so?
I mean, if it's CM Punk's fault, why CM Punk get fired, then the network can't really get mad at Tony, right?
And it's like, well, you had to fire him with cause, as he had to keep saying. I'm sure there's some legal battles that's brewing right now. They're not going to bring it up. Someone's going to have to find out about it and then report on it. Next, we get Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. Goon at commentary swearing a lot, just like before. Jim Ross's expression about it told more than enough. Because he was cursing, and Jim Ross is like looking at the camera kind of like, what the hell?
And when he began the commentary for this show, he said, I was told I have to watch my mouth or I might get fined. So much for that.
Yep. Starks mocked Goon in the ring, but Goon is so stupid he couldn't tell he was doing it. The mocking was his strut and then fight pose that he does. Goon covers the mic with his fist and shouts some obscenities, and Sockface had to point out that we all have mics.
We all have mics.
We all have mics.
And then Nigel said, "There's a cough button."
Jim Ross takes a few shots at Goon as he cites Ricky's mouth getting him in trouble. I'm like, man, if you can't hear that, come on. And then I think Goon was trying to fire back with stuff, and Ross is like, yeah, I'm leagues above you, bro. You ain't gonna talk around me. Starks was in trouble. Big Bill walks to the ring. Starks hit a powerbomb, and it looked like he spiked himself on his head, but he was trying to roll over with the move, like powerbomb and then roll over. But it looked like he just DDT'd himself.
Yeah, it was weird.
Starks, he won with the spear and then the Rochambeau hold for the win. So there we go.
And just walked away.
Yep.
He didn't even bother to whoop Yuta after the match. It's like, I'm done with you.
Yep.
Goon is not fit for anything.
Goon isn't.
He is not fit for anything. What you can say about the wrestlers that get on commentary, even if it's Christian, if it's Jericho, if it was Punk, just about any of them can sit out there and actually do some commentary, talk about the match or the person in the match they got beef with, play up their role, anything. No, he's just not fit. Half the time he was speaking low and mumbling like he was out there alone, like nobody was listening to him. And then the other time he's cussing and yelling at his. He's just not fit.
No, he's not. And you know what? That match with Wheeler Yuta, it had a lot of hiccups, but it still would have been all right on Inoki's show. If Inoki was running it, he just wouldn't have been happy with it, and he'd be like, "We're gonna have to talk." He would have said that to both of them. Look, what was that? He would point out all the major errors, and then tell them how to fine tune the small ones. That's what he would have done. Then he would make them wrestle again. Not on the same show, but it's like, want to see you do it. Sometimes he'll make you wrestle in front of him. Like, no, it's a private match. I want to see you do it. That he was good like that. Next, we get another amazing match. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. And I'm annoyed. It's pay-per-view. He should have came out to the final countdown.
Yeah.
He didn't. It would have been nice because like it's pay-per-view. You should come out to that. other than that, come out to your regular music.
Maybe Tony didn't want to pay for it this time.
And he like, look, just buy the rights.
Maybe he paid too much to, fly Inoki's family over and all this other stuff. Adding people to the roster. He's got to pay these people. Maybe he ain't got Final Countdown money right now.
They just borrow some more from his damn dad. Wish we could all do that shit. It's like Phil in Harlem Nights. You find suits and stuff, and I'm living in a fucking hovel. I'm like, when I hear about people bragging online about the stuff they got, and then I see these people, humble bragging and all that crap, I'm like, usually I don't even think about my shortcomings. I'm like, I'm happy where I am, and then I hear this, and I'm like, yeah, feeling a way about y'all. And then when they shut up, it goes away. But this match here, it was look, Zach and Brian, honestly, there's a chance. I'm like, they might have stole the show. There's a chance. I'm gonna say this. I think you want to go to a 5-star match to have a legit match looking like this. I would say they had a 5-star match.
I would agree with that.
I would say Barnett and Castagnoli had a 5-star match.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no dives, right? There's no super big moves all over the place. So like the people are like, it was boring. But nope. This I'm gonna have to read some of this. During the attempt or application of the Romero special, Zach's leg began bothering him. That's what you pointed out.
Yeah.
On a dragon screw by Danielson, Zach's foot faltered and he was in noticeable pain with the limp, barely able to put pressure on it at first. As the match moved on, his legs seemed to get better, and it won't instant. You could see it getting better, walking better on it. It won't like, oh, I can't do anything. I countered. Now I sprint like nothing's wrong.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that.
He wasn't like the rest of the damn roster. No. Zach knows what he's doing. That's good. Danielson applied a snap heel hook that caused Zach to holler out and turn on his own leg in pain. That is what you call a natural reaction. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that was legit or if he just knows how to do it. Because when he whipped it on, Zach hollered and jerked back and turned on it, grabbing his own leg. Zach said something to Brian. Brian loosened up a little bit. He said something and Brian kind of just stared at him, and I was like, okay, Brian is in listen mode. I'm like, who's calling this match? I'm like, both of these guys could easily call this match.
Yeah. There's
a chance that they were just not doing too much talking and just wrestling half the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, after he had his words with Brian loosened up a little bit. Then they went to the next volley of moves. So that was cool. They got it going and whatnot. During the leg lace double arm ring, Goon stands up off the mic, and this ain't the first time, but he gets up and he leaves the headset down, and just the mic still picks up him shouting, "Fuck that guy!"
Yep.
I'm like, what? And he had been cursing on the mic this whole match.
The whole time.
I'm going to say something positive about Goon after all this. The only positive thing I can say, all right? Let's see. 2 sprinting knee bombs and Danielson wins with a pinfall. Goon has to say, holy shit, on the mic. Cedar spoke up saying, dude. He was like, holy shit. You was like, dude. I had to hold it together on that one. After the match, Brian extends the hand and Sabre rolls under ropes and leaves. Nigel points out Brian won with a strike, and that's not technical wrestling, which is true. Brian raises Aubrey's the ref's hand, and then he hugs her. Cedra feels for this match as she did for Shibata and Kingston's match. So I'm glad that she liked it.
It was a good match, but for me, I could see that Danielson should not have won the match.
I wrote, from what we know of Zach, he didn't truly show up. We know his big match level, and this wasn't it. If any of you watched this match and you was like, man, Zach is amazing, you saw 50%.
50%. He didn't even attempt to go into anything that would devastate him and in the match. We have seen him leave too many grown men sprawled out screaming to believe that Danielson has got some kind of magic elixir to escape it. No.
No, Zach, honestly, I was watching this match a little bit more analytical than I should have. I admit that. Because I do worry about Danielson and whatnot. But, yeah, I could see Zach was taking care of him.
Yeah, you can see it.
He was taking care of him. He was baiting in the arm and whatnot. And a lot of you say, well, you know what? How bad is Danielson's arm? Zach was hitting it and whatnot. No, you got to look where Zach was hitting it. Zach was hitting his upper elbow and bicep, tricep area and armpit. When he would apply moves, he would not work the forearm, because when you go into grapples, the first thing you want to do is hook a forearm. Nope, he would work the wrist and the hand and the fingers to make it look nasty.
Yeah, you messing with them fingers. You ain't looking at that arm. He's snapping the fingers off. Yeah.
So it's a bit of movie magic per se. All right. Now, what I'm gonna say good about Goon. He is on the mic. Yes, he's cursing, he's swearing, he's saying all this shit, right? But he sounds like a fan. I know that that's a turnoff. I know you got to be professional on this mic. I get it. I do thoroughly get it. But for those that need it, they're listening to this guy sound like someone that actually, he sounds like all of this is a legit shoot.
He gave a modicum of decent analysis when he was talking about Sabre's ability to take impacts now that he's put on weight. What you and I noticed a few months ago. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. So next we get 6-man tag team match. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Ibushi Kota versus the Don Callis family. Don enters the ring and hit Jericho with his own bat. Sammy gets the cover and win.
The Don Callis family look good. They had the new gear, kind of similar colors. Ospreay's got the Union Jack on the U.S. belt, calling it the U.K. belt from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Takeshita, he looked like a boss. So there you go. And then there was Sammy Guevara.
Yeah,
he was there too.
With this being the Don Callis family, with Will Ospreay being in the Don Callis family, what's up with Aussie Open? What about United Empire? Is that now dead?
Nope. Aussie Open still repping United Empire. I think it's just a side thing.
We'll see. But
Ospreay's the leader. He can do whatever he wants.
Ospreay came to that ring looking like he's going to murder somebody.
He did.
The match was over, and Ospreay was, I don't know if anything happened during the match, but Ospreay was still bowed up like, man, somebody's got to die today. I was like, I don't know what happened, but stay away from Ospreay today. That dude looked like he's ready to kill everybody and write the letter. So okay, there we go. So now we get AEW tag team title match. Aussie Open versus FTR, Family, Tequila, and Wrestling. If that's what you want to go with. Great match. Amazingly great match. FTR led the match and made Kyle Fletcher look like a wrestler. Cash Wheeler dove from the top and landed on Mark Davis's left wrist. I hope it's not broken though. After that, Everything Mark did with that hand was fleeting. As I already said, I hope it's not broken. I'm not a fan of them, but they still need to take care of themselves. So
yeah, he just got back not long ago.
Yeah, got to put food on the table, right? So, just because I don't like someone don't mean I don't want them to take care of them and their family, and wrestling's how they're doing it. Well, all right, but I get it what some people say. Look, you don't come in and mess up my profession. Go mess up your own profession. So I get it. I do get it. Still, you don't want someone to go hungry on the streets and whatnot. But but don't do it humiliating what I spent my years building.
Just work in the back. Do something in the back.
The match ended with a super shatter machine and then the pin. It was a good match.
I didn't watch this match.
Huh?
I said I didn't watch this match.
You was in here with me.
I was in here with you, but I was up doing stuff.
Oh.
You remember me walking around?
Yeah. Were you trying to stay awake or something?
A little bit.
Okay.
And some stuff needed doing. And I knew who was going to win. So, there you go.
So, now that sets up for FTR and the Young Bucks 4.
Why?
Young Bucks won that tag team thing earlier. Remember?
Hell.
They planned it. That's what they wanted. I'm tired of it. But the Young Bucks will win that match there, and then FTR will go on to do something else.
I don't know what.
Yeah. So next, we get to the main event of the evening. Imagine the echo. So it is the Turner Network Television Championship match. Kind of sounds silly when you say it like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 2 out of 3 falls. Darby Allin, hometown versus Christian Cage. Note, upon his entrance, Darby slams the skateboard on the steps and nicks himself on the cheek. And that blood starts coming down. It's wiped away during the match at points, though.
Yeah, it claps. It's all good.
So, just get to the falls. First fall, Allin covers Cage's face with his shirt, pulls him from the ropes, and uses a jackknife hold to get the pin. Furthering, Darby uses a litany of pinning predicaments to the point Cage threw him from the ring to end it. Cage talks to Wayne's mom, who throws a drink in his face. Cage is hit hard by Darby's dive, then a coffin drop while he's still on the floor. Cage shoulder blocks Allin from the apron onto the announcer's desk. Problem is, Allin had to leap from the apron so you can see that.
Yeah, you can see that jump. He had to put some motion into that jump to make the distance.
Probably like really the only hiccup in the match, really, I would say. The only major hiccup you could see. Cage and Allin worked the apron and step area with deep struggling, but then Cage opted to slam Allin not on the steps from the apron, but he dropped him on the floor near the edge of the steps. The pointed parts of the steps, not that back end that's a V shape, but the steps itself, that's what's facing them.
Mm-hmm.
So next, Cage suplexes Allin from the floor onto the front edge of the steps. And, good grief, right? Then he slams Allin on the steps. Allin lands on his arm, shoulder, and possibly his back. And that leads up to the second fall. Cage wins via ring out count. So Cage won the second fall. They're 1-1. To further on, while Allin checked on while Allin was checked on, and then the stretcher was called in, Cage unties the ring mat, starts exposing stuff. Cage tears up the ring, exposing the boards underneath everything. While Allin is on the gurney, Cage quickly climbs the ropes and dives to the outside with the frog splash onto Allin and tags with a good soundbite. Don't do it! Sock face, after so much on commentary, mentions that Cage was going to out wrestle Allin, but we all know that was bullshit.
Yep. I'm like, let it fly. I'm like, whoa.
and I noted to be, you're not, it ain't like, and look, this ain't because we dislike Goon, no, but listen, I noted to be honest, I said this would be a proper time to curse going on the emotion of it all. Yes. This was a build-up. This ain't just watching a football game with your popcorn and you just like, oh, fuck this guy and all this. No, this is supposed to be a highly emotional main event. You've got months months, almost a year and a half of story build up. You've got all this going on. You've got the mom out there. You've got the emotions of Cage and Allen. You've got Cage and Luchasaurus and Allen and how all that was. It's everything. Everything. Cage is like, I want to know if you can wrestle. Can you handle it? Can you beat me? You know, I'm going to out wrestle you. And then it's like, you know what? We thought it was going to be this, but this is bullshit. Yeah. He done tore up the damn ring.
Yes.
He's exposed the floorboards of it. It's like, yeah, we all know that was just crap. So, yeah, it's a right time to say it.
Yes, it is. It was perfect.
In the ring, Cage, he hits the Tamikaze on the exposed ring wood, and Allen kicks out. On 2, Cage applies the scorpion hold, but Allen gets to the ropes. Allen hits a reverse DDT. Well, Darby Allen, hits the reverse DDT. Allen hit the coffin drop, landing on Cage's head, but for a 2-count cover.
Landed right on his face.
Yep. Allen evades a spear by Cage, who hits the ref, and then low blows Allen. Cage was going to use the belt, but Wayne runs in, takes it from him, runs to his mom. She's like, don't run to your mom. I was like, you ran to your mom?
It made no sense.
Like, you ran to your mom. Mom, protect me.
Lead the monster back to your mom.
So then Cage is going after him. So he runs from his mom and gets into the ring. And she's like, don't run into the ring.
You should have hightailed up the damn ramp.
So then Allen is getting up. So now it's Allen and Wayne against Cage. Then Wayne hits Allen with the belt. And then I had to put in bold letters, called it.
And I was saying, it don't make any sense. What?
We'll get to it. Third fall, Cage uses the attack to cover Allen for the win and retain the belt. After the match, Cedra noted that Wayne turned on Allen because Allen forgave AR Fox.
Yep.
That's the assumption.
That's the only thing it could be. That's the only thing Allen has done. It surely can't be because Christian was more convincing. Oh, Christian was talking about how he was going to bang my mom. That's a role model to me. Nothing else makes sense.
Yep. So then the duo beat on Allen and Sting. They beat on Allen. Sting walks to the ring.
Walks.
Don't
walk to my aid. You got to walk. Just keep your white face painted butt in the back. I just keep out here getting whooped.
Allen's just a dead horse. He's just a dead horse getting beat on. Sting walks and beat up on the heels. He throws Wayne into Luchasaurus, who came to the ring, didn't know when. Sting and Lucha, they no-sell punches, and then they all gang up on Sting. Cage
finally.
Cage sets up for the concerto. The lights go out. And I was like, hit the fucker now.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Whack him.
Beat on him. You got him. It's a big vignette. Latin music is playing.
Dude's driving the car.
And then familiar music. And the one we formerly know as Edge, he comes out to a shocking ovation. The crowd was like, huh? You could tell they were stunned.
Mm-hmm. So they were able to keep this under their hats, but he comes out,
And he got great pyro.
Leather jacket, skinny jeans, and boots, man.
Cage looks stunned.
He looks stunned for real. Awesome pyro. The music is still bumping.
Edge enters the ring and Cage hands him the chair. And I'm thinking, Edge is not going to be a bad guy right now. There's a lot of bad guys in AEW, not many good guys. But it would be great if they did reunite WWF's greatest tag team because they had a hiatus after Demolition, the Hart Foundation, British Bulldogs, and all of them had stopped. Greg Valentine, Honky Tonk Man, Rhythm and Blues, that's what they were. The Mega Powers and all these other teams come and go. They've had it was blank. Edge and Christian was the first great tag team they had since that. And then the Hardys came along, and that's pretty much all it was for a while.
And then the Dudleys came.
And then the Dudleys. And then La Resistance,
Oh, man. That was a good team.
They were amazing. One of my favorites. So I thought maybe they might reunite, we'll see how it go. And then I was like, okay. I was like, Edge, what gave it away is he is announced by Sockface as Adam Copeland, so that should be his government name. I was like, okay, he's a babyface. When he said Adam Copeland, I was like, all right, babyface. So he uses the chair to drop everyone and clear the ring. And then he applied all of his signature moves and whatnot. He helped the baby faces up. And he got his music though. Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned earlier, he had his awesome ass pyro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just bright lights. It was so much pyro. It was just like lit behind him. You couldn't even distinguish it for a moment. It was just all lit, bright white.
When he was coming out, I said, man, he's here, so maybe he can finally get away from Edge, the rated R superstar, because he's never going to leave that while he's in WWE.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like...
And then Taz said it like 2 seconds later, the rated R superstar's here. And I was like, well, that failed.
It's funny because you thought that, and I thought, as long as they don't say the rated R superstar, I'll be good.
And yep.
Stupid.
For those that don't know, he got that name because he and Lita was supposed to do a quote-unquote sex scene in the middle of the ring in the bed.
Nobody else remember that. I remember that. It was dumb.
Yep. And that was, that was after the whole Matt Hardy's like, you cheated on me, and, screw you, screw Lita, screw Edge, screw the WWE, and all this. And it's supposed to be all this kind of thing. And Kane was involved.
Wasn't that after Lita and Kane?
Yeah. And
Lita's supposed to be miscarrying the ring. Are you okay? No.
Yep.
That was so funny.
So, yeah, rated R superstar. That's how it was born, everybody. Yep. In ring, in bed bangage that didn't happen.
Oh, there's so much they did back during the Attitude Era that would not fly now. Remember how Lita supposedly got pregnant by Kane? He blackmailed her into saying.
Yep. She's a rape victim, crying, mascara running, and everything. I was like, rape charges, anybody? Something going on? Hello?
Nobody got anything to say about this? I mean, it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got raped. I'm going to have his baby. Take a bump. Oh, God. My belly is so flat, but I'm so hurt. Are you all right? No. I'm not all right. All right. You miscarried. Let's move on. That didn't happen. All right. I'm cheating on my boyfriend with Edge. Edge, we're in love. Yeah, let's bang in front of everybody in the ring on the show. Matt Hardy, I'm sick of all of you. I'm leaving. I'll be back. None of that really happened.
It was so stupid.
Mark Henry, you have that baby hand yet? Yeah. All right. Sexual chocolate.
It was so stupid.
Yep.
All of it.
But let's hope none of that follows him. Oh, wait. Yep, I'm dying in a vat in my garage.
Welcome to AEW, where WWE superstars come to spend their final years.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So that's going to do it for us. It's been Cedric and Cedric for CRWC commentary on All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view, WrestleDream. Was it a dream? Was it a nightmare? It's up to you to choose.
Terrors.
Y'all be good, be chill, be safe, and we'll see you all next time.